You filed on time, you paid your tax, and somehow the IRS still hit you with the penalty. Here's why, and here's how to never let it happen again. This catches people off guard every single year, okay? Because no one tells you that paying your full tax bill by April doesn't actually protect you from penalties. Maybe your accountant said, you're fine, just pay when you file in April. Or even, you've got until October to pay with an extension. But here's the truth, okay? The IRS expects you to pay your taxes throughout the year, not just when you file. And if you don't, they hit you with something called an estimated tax penalty, and they won't even tell you about it until it's too late to fix. So in this video, we'll cover who's actually required to make an estimated tax payment, how to calculate what you owe using a simple free tool I'll show you on screen, exactly when those payments are due, and how to make them without the IRS misapplying or losing them. And if you don't know me, I'm Jasmine DiLucci. I'm a tax attorney, CPA, and enrolled agent. I got my first tax license as an enrolled agent in high school. My day-to-day is actually running my CPA firm and tax law firm, but I started posting on social media and created a free tax law community because you shouldn't have to pay thousands to understand actual tax law. So step one, who actually has to make estimated tax payments? Let's bust the biggest myth right up front, okay? Estimated taxes aren't just for business owners. They're for anyone who's going to owe the IRS, and the amount you're gonna owe in April is similar to or more than you've owed in the prior year. The IRS basically says, wait a second, we want your money paid throughout the year, not just in April. So what are your options, okay? Option one, reduce the tax you'll owe. And honestly, that is what most of my content is about: tax planning, deductions, legal versus illegal strategies, all of the good stuff that actually lowers your bill. Or you can even book a call with my team for more help. But if you're not doing anything to lower your tax bill, then you're just left with option two, which is to pay in quarterly payments or risk a penalty for holding on to what the IRS considers their money. Now, if you're a W-2 employee, you might be thinking, wait, no one has ever mentioned estimated payments to me. That's because your employer is already sending payments to the IRS on your behalf as long as your W-4 is set up correctly and you don't have any other income. But here's where people get tripped up, okay? If you have other income, like side gigs, freelance work, investment gains, or even your spouse's income throwing off your household total, the automatic W-2 withholding probably won't be enough. And then you fall into estimated tax territory, whether you realize it or not, okay? So to be clear, being a W-2 employee does not exempt you from this rule. It just makes it easier to meet this rule. So step two, now that you know you're not off the hook, let's figure out if you owe and how much, okay? We're gonna walk through this together step by step using the free tax estimate calculator linked below. So go ahead and pull up two things, okay? Your most recently filed tax return and the calculator in the video description. You'll only be filling out the gray areas. Everything else auto-calculates, okay? So let's break it down. First, let's fill in prior year total tax, okay? You'll find this on your most recently filed tax return, specifically line 24 of your Form 1040. Okay, this is the total tax due before any withholdings or payments. Do not use line 37, which is the amount owed after withholdings and payments. Enter that amount into the prior year total tax field. For our example, it's going to be $100,000. Second, you'll fill in the prior year tax withholdings, okay? Enter how much tax was already withheld last year. You'll find this total on line 25D of your 1040. Enter that in prior year tax withholdings. For our example, $20,000. Third, we'll fill in prior year adjusted gross income, or what we call AGI. Okay, your AGI from last year is shown on line 11 of your return. And if it's over $150,000, the IRS increases the safe harbor requirement from 100% to 110% of last year's tax. For our example, we'll enter $400,000. Fourth, we'll fill in prior year filing status. This is at the top of your 1040. Okay, in our example, I'm selecting married filing joint. The reason this filing status matters is that if you are married and filing separately, your adjusted gross income threshold that triggers at 110% safe harbor requirement will actually decrease to $75,000. Now let's enter this year's estimates, okay? Enter the current year expected tax due. This will be an estimate, okay? If you are unsure, the conservative approach is to choose a substantially higher number than prior year so that the calculation will default to using prior year numbers for your quarterly estimates. Enter that in current year expected tax due. I'm going to be conservative and say that it's higher than prior year tax at $150,000. Finally, we input the current year expected tax withholdings. You'll want to estimate how much tax you expect to withhold this year from a W-2, retirement, and any other sources, okay? enter that into current year expected tax withholdings, in our example, $25,000. Once you plug all that in, the calculator will show your minimum quarterly payment. In our example, it's $21,250. Paying this amount timely each quarter is what protects you from estimated tax penalties. So with the numbers filled in, let's talk timing, because the IRS quarterly deadlines aren't actually due quarterly, because that would be too easy. Step 3. So you've got your amount. Now, when do you actually have to pay it? Okay, estimated payments are due on these dates: April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and then January 15th of the following year. So yes, there is a 2-month gap between April and June and a 4-month gap between September and January. And why are they spaced like that? It's a reason that was not based in tax policy, and it happened back in the 1960s, but it is what we've got. And the IRS doesn't have a problem with it, since it results in getting more money sooner, and it has the side effect that you're more likely to forget, since it also doesn't make any intuitive sense to have quarterly payments that aren't paid on even quarters. Finally, step 4. How do you make sure your payment is received by the IRS? Okay, once you know how much to pay, whatever you do, don't mail a check, okay? Use IRS Direct Pay instead. It's faster, safer, and can't get deposited without the IRS also crediting it to your IRS account, because yes, the IRS will deposit your check. They just might not credit it to your account, and then you get to pay a professional like me to figure out how $100,000 vanished into a black hole. So my recommendation is to use IRS Direct Pay. Go to irs.gov/payments, select Direct Pay with bank account, then select Pay Individual Tax, make a payment, choose Estimated Tax as your payment reason, select the correct tax year. For example, right now you choose 2025, complete the payment, and then save the confirmation page. And if you're working with a CPA or tax preparer, send them that confirmation immediately so they can include the payment on your return. So I hope this was helpful and that you don't have to learn about estimated payment penalties the hard way by experiencing them first. And if you want more videos that give you actual tax law, not vague advice that's not actionable and not even accurate, okay, subscribe and join my free tax law community, because real tax help should be accessible to everyone and no one should have to pay thousands just to make sure they don't fall for social media garbage.